Today, let's look at deploying an Azure Bastion VM. But before I do that, I would like to talk about what exactly is Azure Bastion. So here I am on my Microsoft website. And what exactly is Bastion? It's a fully managed service that provides more secure and seamless RDP and SSH connections to access your VM without exposing your VM to a public IP address. So let's go and have a look at how to create one. I've already created a VM and I have shown you how to create one in my previous videos. Please click on the link above or in the description below and you can see how to launch a VM in under 10 minutes. For this video, I shall show you how to create a Bastion VM. So let's go to my resource group. I have created a resource group. And in my resource group, I have created a VM. Let's click on my VM. Okay, and let's click on networking. Currently, you can see that I have inbound port rules. This is the highest priority. So RDP is open to anybody, any source and any destination, which is completely insecure. And this is not the way to go about it. So on the left-hand side, under operations, let's click on Bastion. And you have two options here. You can either configure it manually or you can deploy the Bastion using default options. Let's look at configuring it manually first. This is a standard screen that we have. You select your resource group, you select the name of your VM, Bastion VM, and you select the region that you want the VM to be hosted in. Currently, I have it in West US 3, I believe. And you can see I have an existing VNet, sorry. But before I proceed with creating this, I just want to talk about this two SKUs that Azure offers here. One is the basic SKU, and you'll see this instance count is disabled. And one is standard SKU, means you can launch supports up to 2 to 50 VM instances. But not only that, I have a link over here that gives you a more detailed difference between the basic SKU and the standard SKU. I will also put this link in the description. Please have a look and see the difference between the basic SKUs and the standard SKUs that Azure has to offer. Let's go back into creating my Bastion VM. So let's Bastion VM standard. Let's go to basic. I don't want to launch many instances, save some money in my test environment. But since I'm on the money subject, Azure Bastion costs 0.19 cents an hour for the basic SKU and 0.29 per hour for the standard SKU. Before launching a Azure Bastion host, beware that it is not a free service and it is a chargeable service per hour. Let's go back, create a subnet. So I need to create a subnet here. We have to add a subnet, Azure Bastion subnet. Make sure that this name is exactly as is, because if you launch another subnet with another name, it will not be used for the Bastion subnet. I'm going to leave the range as default, although I don't need so many IP addresses, just need one for the VM, but I'll leave it at default and I won't touch any other settings over here at the moment. Just save it as is. So it's successfully added my Azure Bastion subnet. Let's go back to Bastion. Configure manually. I'll have to do everything again. Okay. Run Bastion Lab, Bastion VM, West US 3, basic SKU, VNet subnet. As you see, it picks it up automatically. Previously, it wasn't picking up anything. Now it picks it up automatically. It needs a public IP address because I'm going to access this VM through a public IP address. Let's review and create. and create. My deployment is in progress. Let's refresh. And I'll come back to this video once it's completed. My deployment is now complete. Let's go back into the VM. Let's go to networking. Let's click on this public IP address because I don't want to access this VM from my public IP address anymore. And let's click on disassociate. Do you want to disassociate the IP? Yes, I do. Now my public IP address is disassociated. If I go back to my VM, let's refresh. Let me go out. We go to VM. Now you can see that I don't have any public IP address, right? Let's go back into networking. You can see that I still have a private IP address, and let's delete this rule. Let's delete the RDP rule as well. This is deleting my rule. And my rule has been now deleted. Let's refresh. Yes, it's gone. Now let's connect to this VM. Let's click on Bastion. Let's say use Bastion. Let's put in the username and password that was created when I created my VM. And connect. Pop-up is blocked. Let's always allow from Azure portal and try again. And now I am connected to my VM using my Azure Bastion host. As you can see, I am inside my VM and I have removed my public IP address and I have removed my RDP rule and I am accessing my VM through the Azure Bastion host. If this is your test environment, please make sure to delete your resource group because Azure Bastion is not a free service. So if you do not delete this in your test environment, you will be charged extra dollars. So thank you for watching. And if you do have any questions, any comments, your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you.